Good evening, it's RVDebs, and it's Tuesday night, and I'm in my pajamas because it's cold outside, and I thought maybe you'd like to come in and have a little chat party with me. I sure could use one. So I'm going to open up another window so I can see if anybody comes to visit. Give me a second. Dun-dun-dun. Yep, what a day, what a week. It's only Tuesday. I'm saying what a week, right? It's only Tuesday. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, geez. I'll mess that up. There. Hi, Vegas. Hi, Susan. Hi, Michelle. I'm glad you could join me. It is Tuesday evening, but it feels like Thursday or Friday to me. Glad to see some people. I just thought I'd take a chance and, it's really cold. It's like 33 degrees here in Texas. Hi, Granny. You got an echo? Do you still have an echo? Anybody else? I hope not. Well, let's see what happens. Everybody else, is it okay? No echo with you? Good. Hi, Chip. Yeah, you guys have even worse weather. He says it's going to snow in PA, 8 inches they're supposed to get. It's 28 there. Yeah, it's only 33 here. It's been, really hasn't gotten over like 35 today. But it's supposed to get up in to 60s tomorrow. It's crazy Texas weather. Yeah, my speaker is off on the other page, yes. 19 degrees in Chicago, so it could always be colder, that's for sure. But it's chilly. I got my electric heater on right now at my feet. Yes, come back, go and come back because nobody else is having a problem. Hi, Mike. Welcome to the Tuesday pajama party. Everybody put on pajamas. No, you don't have to. These are, well, they don't look like pajamas, but they are. I just felt like getting cozy. So we've had a pretty heavy week. And I guess most of you have seen my video that Nathan and Lee's dad passed away on Valentine's Day of all days. There you go, Granny. You had me on twice. That'll do it. You only need me on once. Yeah, why not, right? Hi, Lucky. Oh, Lucky's in Myrtle Beach. I love Myrtle Beach. That's a nice place. Hey, Patricia. It's, what is it, 1:30 in the morning in Wales. Well, I wanted you to know that you should be getting your necklace sometime. I don't know how long it takes to get to Wales, but I put it in the mail. I decided to send you a little something special with that. I hope you like it. Yep. It's what time is it here? It's only 7:30 in the evening here in my part of Texas. Hey, Lucky, you're really getting around, aren't you? He's traveling. I hope to be traveling in the spring. Yes, I'm spoiling you because you're so sweet. You're very special, Patricia. Just let you know that. You know what's really nice about having a channel is that I get to meet people and feel like they're my friends, and it could be anywhere in the world. That's really cool. I mean, I've got friends all over the United States. I've got some in the UK. I have some friends in South America, in Chile. I have some friends in Canada. Always room for more. Yeah, so it's been um, kind of a weird, sad week here. Tomorrow we're having a memorial or funeral for Gary. Gary was 65. He went blind. I've known him 38 years. I've known him as long as I've known Kathy, because that was Kathy's first husband, the father of Nathan and Lee. So they're pretty, it's sad for them because they love their dad. And he was sick. He had a kidney transplant years ago, and it didn't last. He needed a new one. So yeah, he and then he had a heart attack and died. Nobody would have thought that would have happened, but in a way, it's a blessing to see. Much better place. Well, Lucky, you are getting around. How long are you going to be away from home? And who's taking care of the puppies? So tomorrow, and I hate going to funerals because every time I go to a funeral, it brings back my memories of losing my family. Hi, Libra. And I don't want to cry a lot. I went to church and just bawled my eyes out because I saw Nathan crying. Because Nathan's the man that has the 3 little boys that I always talk about. And he's like my son. Nathan is the closest to me of all the family besides Kathy. I'm like mom number 2. I'm sure they're fine, Lucky. If your daughter's there, the doggies are well taken care of. Hi, Debbie. Hey, and hi, Deborah. 60 degrees. That's perfect in Florida. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Just talking about Canadians. I bet it's freezing by you. Deborah's telling us that in Middleburg, Florida, she's enjoying 60 degrees. Thanks, Catherine. Yes, hit the like button, please. It does help my stats. Helps me make some money. So, anyway, like I say, tomorrow's. Yeah, it's been a rough week, but mostly for my family. I'm okay. How you doing, Joanne? The biggest problem I have is that when I cry really, really hard, my nose bleeds. And I mean, it doesn't bleed every time I cry. But when my husband died, I remember Kathy and Mark coming over to visit me and help me. And I started crying hysterically, and I had the worst bloody nose. And I tell you that I have to hold back tears because I'm afraid. It's a terrible fear. 40 degrees, snow's melting. Well, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. I just Funerals are not a fun thing to do. But tomorrow at noon, the church that we go to cooks lunch for the family. So it'll start at noon. And I don't know, they're going to have a video of all pictures of Gary. When I met Gary, we were all young. He was like 29 when I met him. Minus 14 Celsius. What is that equal to in Ontario? I'm terrible with Celsius. Thanks, Judy. I'm doing fine. It's my sweet boys. Lee and Nathan lost their dad, and that's the sad part. Yeah, that's good, Deborah. I think they're going to try to do that kind of thing too. Kathy's not going to talk, but her husband Mark is he's gonna speak, and a few other people, and they're going to show a video and pictures. And Gary was a when he was in his prime, he loved music. He was a disc jockey at parties, and he would teach people line dancing, and and he lived in like Kentucky at the time, and he got to the point here in the last year where he was blind and he was being led around by his wife Shannon, and he had no good life. He really, most of the time he looked out of it. But I still hate to lose a family member. The last time I saw him was Super Bowl Sunday, and they drove me home. So, hey, Kathy, welcome. But so that's what's going to happen tomorrow, and then Thursday, the really nice thing that our little town does um, is 7 degrees. Okay, so minus 14 C is 7 degrees Fahrenheit. The neat thing our little town does is when someone passes away, they call it a meal train, and you sign up for days so that the person, like the wife, and he had 2 stepsons. Hi, Timothy. They don't have to cook for 10 days, so I signed up for Thursday, and I'm going to make meatballs and parsley potatoes and corn. How you doing, Timothy? Welcome. I'm having a pajama party with myself. I was kind of tired. I went to Bible study, which is what I do with my 3 girlfriends on Wednesday. It was really nice. I got home. I was going to take a nap, and I got a knock at the door, and I couldn't take a nap. Right, Judy. He had a terrible. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it was no good to watch him shuffling around and not being able to see, and he was in bad shape. So it's a blessing that he doesn't have to continue to live like that. But he was a fighter. We thought about a year and a half ago he would have the helicopters come because his kidneys wouldn't work and the dialysis, and he would bloat up, and we would hear the helicopters. They'd be taking him to Lubbock or Abilene. We thought that was the end, but he kind of pushed through. I don't miss Florida. I really don't. I know the weather right now is really beautiful. This is the best time to visit Florida, but it's so hot all the rest of the year that it's not worth it. Right, Kathy? Death is not always the worst thing. The worst thing about this death is just people that he's leaving behind. He was suffering, and um, Lee and Nathan are going to miss their dad, but again, he did not have the quality of life. So I believe that when you do die, that you get to all your ailments are gone, and you're back to your best time in your life. That's what I believe. So to me, he's doing good. I think the suffering is just leaving the family behind. But it's sad, and I've known him a long, long time, and he was a lot like a robust kind of man, and he was just tiny. He was like tiny when he died. He got so shrunk, and it's weird. He looked totally different. But still a loss, big loss for Nathan and for Lee and his wife. He just married her last year too, so she basically was his caretaker, 24/7. You believe it too, Kat? Yeah. So now he's like being able to see, and he can hear music, and he can be, he's back. He's back to his better self. Yep. That was Kathy's first husband, and they all got along so well. That's something really special that Kathy and Mark, really no, there was never any bad feelings. I mean, he became her ex-husband, but good friend. I think that's great that people can separate and know that they aren't meant to be together, but they still are good friends. Yeah, and my friend in Long Island, Craig, he's got the flu. On top of all he's been through, he got the flu. I don't know if he'll come in tonight, but he might. So anybody else have their pajamas on? I'm pretty much done. I have a little bit of a cough once in a while. Right, that's it, Granny. It's like, he's still the father, no matter what. Oh, good. Kathy's got her PJs on too. Hi, looking good. Who else has got your jammies on? Yep, Catherine's in her PJs too all day. Yeah, today was a good day to be in PJs. It's only 33 degrees here, so we got a cold night too. I have to bundle up big time to take the dogs out when I go out. It's like, and they're fast. They go to the bathroom and come right back. Come here. Come here. Come here. Rosie. Lily's laying right next to me. Yeah, it's 7:43 here. Me too, Catherine. Yeah, Libra, I hear you. At least you guys were, stayed friends. I think that's good. That sounds good, Judy. Hi, Carpe Diem. Yeah, when it's snowing and cold and rainy and freezing, it was raining here. Um, Lounging clothes, jammies are the best. And I've got socks and leggings. Hi, Michelle. That's exactly what I think. That's the same way I feel, Michelle, that he is back to really his prime, where he really, because this guy loved music, and he, like I said, he line danced and taught people, and that's okay, Patricia. I can dig it. Well, if I'm not going to go out, then I usually wear pretty loungy clothes. That's even extra sad, Granny. My mother had dementia. She had like mini strokes, and then the dementia turned into Alzheimer's. So by the time she did pass, she didn't know me anymore. That was hard. Like I say, I've had a lot of loss. So the one thing that happens when there's funerals, I get those feelings back, which is sad. And who wants to be sad? But it's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, that sounds so cold, Debbie. Yeah, when I go out with the dogs, I just throw my winter coat on and a big old heavy scarf, long thick scarf, and yeah, I just cover up. But this is not necessarily a risque look. This is like it's like a long tunic, but I've had it forever. I've had this so long. It's got moons and stars all over it. Yes, Judy, I hope so. That's right, Kathy. I'm gonna go. We're gonna all go through it tomorrow, and I think when I see Nathan, who I feel so close to, when I see him crying, it just makes me cry. I can't help it. And same with Kathy. When we were in church, Nathan plays the bass, and his wife Nadia sings, and they're on stage with like the rest of the group on stage singing, and I saw them all. I saw her and him crying, and that made me cry. Passing around Kleenex. Well, I'm glad you came in, and enjoy your coffee break and your editing. So this is Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday. I will. You too. Take care. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too. I don't want to get so emotional. It's hard not to be, because I hurt for my family. And I can't say that I'm gonna miss Gary. See, honestly, I was never really close to him, although he was here and I knew him for 38 years. We were not close friends, although I cared about him and we would say hello to each other. But at the last couple of years, he's not, being blind. He didn't even know I was around unless I said hello. It was not a good year for him, and I think in the long run, it's the best thing. Sadly, we just have to live the best we can live and try to make the most out of each day. And if you and just feel, it's okay to feel these feelings. I know it is. It's cold, and he was 65. 65, 66. Yeah, not that old, because 60s are like the new 40s. Yeah. When you get into your 60s, you kind of think about all the people that are, not making it. And Kathy's mom's 89, but she's doing great. I would be shocked if anything happened to her, because she is strong and her mind is crisp. She remembers everything. She remembers more things than most people. Hi, Arvine. That's what happened to me. I was trying to just take a nap. Rosie and Lily were in bed with me, and I just was laying down for I wanted an hour, and knocked at the door. I got mail, so they woke me up. Yes, motivation to take care of ourselves. Yes, 66 is young. I want to live to 90, 95, but who knows? I don't know what that is. Creed Corrido player? What do you think about V-Bucks? I don't know what that is. Christy Brinkley is 70, and she looks good. Me too, Catherine. Age is just a number, because you could be 65 and really look 90, and somebody 65 can be like 45 in there. I mean, I don't feel old, although I am. Yeah, I hear you, Catherine. Let's see what it is. Answer. Yeah, I'm. Sometimes you feel old. It depends. I mean, physically, to go running and stuff, I can't do that anymore. So what, Carito? What's your point? Brazil is better than the USA. Whoopee! You're so smart. Thanks for letting us all know what you think. Yeah, you gather right, Catherine. Thanks, RV. Yeah, it's a loss for Lee and Nathan, and the kids losing their grandfather. But he was sick. He was blind and kidneys both failure. He was on dialysis. I mean, 3 times a week they had to drive over an hour to go and get a dialysis. These people that come into the channel with no clue, they want to be heard, but they don't say anything worth hearing. Yeah, the days of running and doing the things I used to do is definitely over. I know there's a lot of people here. Hi, Rick. Welcome. Daytona Beach. Yeah, I've been there, of course. I've been all over Florida. And I know the Florida's best time of year is now. If you live in, if you're going to visit Florida, this is the time to do it. I don't know about that, Libra. So I did this thing on Facebook where it's weekly blood transfusions is tough. Thank you, Turtle. These are all my beads, my personal beads. I have some new ones for sale. I sold three different necklaces though over the week. And what was I gonna say? I don't even know. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, we were doing this thing on Facebook where we could do it here too. Hi, Amanda. Where you tell your age by not telling your age, but what was popular when you were very small. Like I would say that I am phone booth and party line old. Um, like let me see if I have something here. You mean like smaller beads, like that? Just little seed beads and stuff like that, Catherine. Yeah, I can do that. I made some are bigger beads. You're right. Some are like not gaudy, but bigger. And sometimes I'll just make them with smaller. I can do that though. Trying to think. I used to really make some beautiful stuff when I used the gold. He's cassette. Looking good says he's cassette tape and vinyl LP old. Well, I can make some very petite beads if you would like me to. Yeah, I am Chatty Cathy old. Deborah says she's 8-track old. I'm reel to reel old. Granny says that she's Tinker and Iceman old. All right, Iceman old. "54 is just a number, really, Michelle. As a matter of fact, that's not even old these days. People, in the old days, people like at 35 years old would consider getting old. So, these days, it's completely different. Amanda says she is VHS tape and candy cigarette old. Totally Kathy says she's Bobby Sherman and Yardley pot of gloss old. I am 5 channels on TV old. Judy's howdy doody old. Me too. Sandra says she is black and white TV, first Barbie old. You don't have to tell us your age, but that's okay. Mom, Deborah says mom is first sliced bread old. Hi, Terry. I'm grade school yellow submarine old. I'm a 707 jet old. That's what Timothy says. We could do that a lot, huh? What I did is I asked Google what was happening like in 1955. And so I'm Dwight D. Eisenhower old. He was the president. Looking Good says HR puffin stuff. Totally Kathy says she's Twiggy old. We're all about the same, it looks like. I'm milkman delivery old. Catherine is Mary Poppins. LP's song by song old. I'm yes, the gym suits. We used to have like little black shorts and white blouses. I hated gym. I remember Romper Room and Captain Kangaroo. I'm that old. I am definitely Red Skeleton Show old, Libra. Judy says, I'm wearing a girdle and pointed bra old. I remember the milkman would deliver and this is in Los Angeles. He would deliver cottage cheese in these glasses that like plastic cups that looked like they had um, like tweed inside of them, and we would keep them, and that would be our glasses. Susan says she is go-go boots and fishnet stockings old. Miss Sandy never found you in her magic mirror. Yeah, Libra, I'm honeymooners old too. I'm make room for daddy old. Timothy's manual typewriter old. Yes, me too. Catherine's Gilligan Island old. I guess we all are the similar age. I'm transistor radio old. Amanda says her 17-year-old daughter said that she's flip phone and Hello Kitty old. See, that's young. Me too. I'm Ed Sullivan and Bonanza too. Oh, there's a million of them. It's good to think about things like that. Makes you smile. Catherine says she's Bewitched, Beverly Hillbillies, and Black and White old. Yeah. Phil Silver's old. Now that's old. I remember Phil Silver's. Me too, looking good. I learned to type on a typewriter. Flying Nun. JD's Flying Nun old. Beehive hairdo old. I could go, yes. But how about the flip? But that was in the 60s. I was already here. That's neat, Granny. Pacific Northwest Granny says she lived in the Midwest where the cream in the top of the milk bottles would freeze in the bottle and the little cardboard top would be sitting on the top of the frozen column of cream. Libra's Batman in Dark Shadows old. Hi, 220 notebook from Nova Scotia. I'm the who she's hula hoop and super glue, and Mr. Clean was introduced old. I am Steel Car old. Kathy is Archie comic book old. Julia, I'm Adam 12 Dragnet and Gilligan's Island old. That's funny. Oh, see, I got you guys thinking. Cool, right? Some fun stuff. If I can bring a little happiness into the world, that's what I'm here for. Hi, Speeding Turtle. It's fun to watch some of the shows. Yeah, I watch old stuff. Every now and then I'll definitely do that. Archie comic book. Archie and Veronica. Wasn't Veronica? Thank you, Arlandis. Leave It to Beaver and Beverly Hillbillies old. I do. Oh, thank you. I think it's kind of low. I'm the Ringer washing machine old. Yes, my grandmother had one of those. Susie, you're not supposed to tell your age. Oh, Judy, you're young. Mod Squad. Oh, I'm so glad, Amanda. That's all I want to do is just make people happy. Kathy, totally. Kathy's like mystery date old. Hi, RV Quilt. How are you? We're just playing a game. It's called Say How Old You Are, but not by the numbers, but by what was happening when you were a tiny kid. JD was Felix the cat old. I was Casper the friendly ghost old. I've never played Fortnite, although I wouldn't mind trying to. MASH. I just watched that movie, the whole movie. That was really good. Penny loafers and Kooky, lend me your comb. Twilight Zone old. Krabby Appleton. Tom Terrific. Libra's got the Munsters. Oh, that's a good one, Judy. I'm Hopscotch and Jack's old. Man, I used to love to play Jack's. Richard, that's not too old, but okay, happy days old. So you're like maybe 50? Looking good. You like Casper too? Not that I wouldn't mind playing Fortnite because I know it's probably fun. I just never tried it because I don't have it. But if I had it, I love games, so I would play. Didn't I see? I knew, Richard, that you were right around that age. Lidsville. I don't remember that one. I think they still have that, Catherine. Peanut butter and jelly in the same jar. They have it here. I'm double Dutch jump rope old. Richie Rich. I want to marry Mighty Mouse, says Judy. Chinese jump rope and hula hoops and slinkies. And Chatty Cathy, I'm Chatty Cathy old. And Tiny Tears old. Did I watch the Meg movie? No, I don't know that one. Right, Timothy, I'm carbon paper old. Lawrence Welk and Mitch Miller. I loved Mitch Miller. Remember he would lead the people singing? I know, I've earned every year of my life. I'm not afraid of my age, but I feel like, and I've told my age before, but I kind of feel young now. He's hee-haw old. I'm trying to think of some of the older television shows that we haven't mentioned. Um, I Dream of Jeannie old. Ann Southern. Remember Ann Southern? It is, Richard, just a number. I don't even need to give it a number. Obviously, I'm old enough. I'm Soupy Sales old. Bewitched, that's what it was, Bewitched. Mr. Ed, I love that one. And My Three Sons and That Girl. All those are good ones. Do you guys remember the Ann Southern show? Fury. That girl was good. And that was kind of an advanced for its day. The Wonderful World of Disney, that was always a good one. You know what? I actually had more fun after I was 50 than like my 40s were not that great. My 30s were good, but 40s I kind of I don't know. We traveled a lot. Did the Renaissance Fair in my 40s. Dragnet. Our Miss Brooks, that's an old one. Father Knows Best. My Friend Flicka. Lassie. Rin Tin Tin. Spinnin' Marty. Now that's an old one. The Brady Bunch. Yeah, I Partridge Family. That's like my teen years, young teen, preteen. Boo Boo, Yogi Bear, Flipper, Flipper. I got to meet Lucille Ball. I went to Desi Studios when I was about maybe 11. My mom, we had passes and we were like got to see the whole studio, and she was there, and I got to meet her, and I got to meet what's his name from the Bonanza, the father. I forget his name. Car 54, Where Are You? That was a good old one. It was pretty cool. My Mother the Car, that was a funny one. And Sea Hunt, I loved Sea Hunt. Annette Funicello, Mickey Mouse Club, I mean, we didn't miss it. Lauren Green, I met him when I was just a kid, but he was a big, tall man. Lucy was, when I met her, she looked old to me then, but she wasn't that old then. She was like probably 40. I don't even know how old she was. Tonto and the Lone Ranger. Yep. Let's see what else we used to watch on TV. Good old TV. I used to love. I remember The Family Affair. Yep. My, what's that one? People, let me tell you about my best friend. What's that one? I love the Danny Thomas Show. And Ed Sullivan. We all watched Ed Sullivan. Rosie, come here. Come here. Thank you, Angus. The Courtship of Eddie's Father. That's right. That's what it was, Leisure. How you doing, Leisure? Motorola. Well, it's an older company, like Kodak. Yeah, I remember the you take a picture and it pops out. Okay, when it comes to like online, I am CompuServe old. I'm Prodigy old. Hi, Carla. Yeah, Jim Neighbors. I remember when he would talk like that and then he'd sing like he was an opera singer. Yeah, we're just having fun with giving our age without numbers, like what was happening when you were a little kid, or the year you were born, or the first 10 years. Star Trek. It's pretty old now, but not that old. Do I have a dog? Is that what you're asking me? I have two. Come here. She's always next to me. Say hi, everybody. I am Lily. Shirley Temple was my favorite policewoman. Name of the game. Is that a sweet little guy? Little girl, actually. I just gave Lily a bath, so she's all clean. Thank you, Sandra. Yep, Saturday morning, get up in the morning, have a bowl of Cheerios, and watch the cartoons and your favorite little shows. I don't know that one, Donna. Boomtown. Say hi, everybody. Okay. Ooh, swish. Come here. Let me show you off. Come. Come. Right here. Right here. Give me. Come. Right here. Right here. Right here. Come. Now give me huggies. Oh, she's my big girl. Bugs Bunny. Rawhide was good. My dad always had to watch Rawhide. And I also watched Bullwinkle and Rocky. This one's Rosie. Well, Rosie, she sleeps on the couch here. There's a blanket. As a matter of fact, it's an electric throw. And so she'll sleep there. And then in the morning, she'll come in bed with us. But Lily sleeps right next to me. Candid Camera. That was a good one. Who's leaving? You got to go, Kathy. Thank you for coming in, honey. Have a wonderful rest tonight. See you soon. Yes, Angus, I have two precious little dogs that are my babies. Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. That's another thing we could look at. We could come up with what commercials were the oldest commercials we remember. Did you ever got bit by anyone? No, I've never gotten bit by anyone. The dating game. Dun, 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 dun. Is it live or is it Memorex? Where's the beef? Okay, I've got one. Hi, Joyce. See if you guys remember this one, if I can remember. I used to watch Mommy comb her hair. It was all snarly and dry. Daddy's hair was springy, wouldn't stay down. Then they got some of this stuff, made Mommy's hair smooth and shiny, made Daddy's hair lie right down. They're no fun to watch anymore. And if I throw it away, they'll probably just buy some more. Get that one? One ringy dingy. Yeah, 3D Danny. I don't know that one, Lucky. Gilligan's Island was always good. It wasn't Tame, it was Prell. Wasn't it Prell? All I know is I don't know why I remember all that. Hey, Carla. I like that shirt, Carla. She's got one on that says, I don't go without my dog. Barnaby Jones. Remember that one? Dippity Doo. Welcome, Carla. Yeah, I think it was Prell. But I don't even know why. Even as a kid, I was such a little ham. I mean, I memorized the whole commercial. Do I ever get dog hair in my clothing? Sometimes. During certain times of the year, they do shed, but not too bad. These They have pretty good hair. David Cassidy, I knew him personally, but before he was a hit. Ancient Chinese Secret. I remember that one. Brill cream, a little dabble, do ya? The streets of San Francisco. To tell the truth, that was good. Do you remember Queen for a Day? Right, Leisure. I told you guys a story about him, David Cassidy. It's kind of a rainy day here. Irish Spring. I manly, but I like it too, or something like that. Yes, David did pass away. That was sad. Carla got to meet Starsky and Hutch. Carl Malden, wasn't he with the guy with the big nose? Okay, if you could go back in time, what would you do different? I think I would have gone to Europe. At one point, I almost went to Europe. I bought a book on like $10 a day, and I never went. That's one thing I would have done. Well, Burt Reynolds was pretty old too. Herbal. Yeah, it's one of those down a stroll down memory lane. Two something in. Remember the twins with Doublemint gum? Well, yeah, one of the things I would have done is my husband, before he got sick, we would have done something like RVing earlier too. I remember Macmillan and White. That's a good movie, Donna. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers is good. Certs. That's right. Certs candy. 2 minutes in one. Yeah, Patrick Swayze. He was very good. Password was is definitely a good show. Well, I have like a second cousin. Um, his name is David, and he wrote meow 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 meow. He wrote that one. Wrote, "You deserve a break today, so get out and get away to McDonald's." And he wrote, "Give your cold a contact. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is." American Bandstand, always watch that. Soul Train. Anything with music I watched. Good memories. I got to see Dick Clark. We went it was a radio station, like a public radio station, and I was there taking phone calls, and he was there, although I didn't, talk to him. No, my cousin's not Barry Manilow. It's David Lucas is his name. Lu, you can look it up. David Lucas. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Catherine. I'm sure that Barry Manilow probably knows David. David Lucas now is in his kids are in the music business now, but he lives in Florida now. But he used to own a big recording studio for recording not only music, but I mean commercials mostly. That's where they made them, like 40. There, it's in New York. It's the Restaurant Row. I think it's 45th. I love that song, Angus. Lost in Space. Affleck. Well, they might have written it together because that's, I don't know. That's what I was told. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Okay, Google. Look. Okay, Google. Look up David Lucas. There's a lot of stuff on him.
According to Wikipedia, David Lucas is an American rock and roll composer, singer, and music producer.
Yeah, that's him. I don't know if you can see it. Hey, Deborah. I'm feeling a lot better. My cold is gone. You can't see it, but that's a picture of him. Let's see. He wrote "Reach Out and Touch Someone," AT&T, in 1981. He has written thousands of commercial jingles for AT&T. He received a Clio Reward composing the music to Pepsi. Catch that Pepsi spirit. So he's he's really nice. Kathy and I went. When I went to New York City, he would take me to dinner. He took me a couple times. This shirt is my night. It's actually a pajama. It's like comes to my thighs, so it's like a little mini nightgown. Yeah, he did good. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. He's singing. Doing my LaCroix. I love that song, We Are the World. I was just talking about that song today. Yeah, that's right. Moon and stars all over me. It's old. I've had this for probably a good 15 years, 10, 15 years. The hills are alive. I loved watching Tom Jones. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, Sound of Music is one of those you can watch over and over. That and The Wizard of Oz. Thank you for coming in, Catherine. I'm glad you could play with me for a while. This is adult playtime. Keeping it light tonight. Yeah, I like the Bud's has good breakfast burritos. Hey, Sandra. How much is that doggy in the window? Woof, woof. It's always good to have a chat. I don't want to be sad, and it's really not. It's okay. Tomorrow's going to be sad, but I'm going to be fine. Oh, coffee at night, huh? Patty Page. That's a good one. Decaf. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I've got a funeral to go to tomorrow. It's my very best friend Kathy, who I live on their property. Her first husband, who lives here, he passed away, and tomorrow's the memorial funeral, and it's sad. Yeah, she got a good haircut this time and a good bath. She's right there. Hey, you. Yep, I like that song. Red roses for a blue lady. He was 66. I remember really early when I was like about 10, Connie Francis saying, lipstick on your collar, mate told a tale on you. Lipstick on your collar, said you weren't true. Then I bet $1, you and I are through. 'Cause lipstick on your collar told a tale on you. I was like 10 years old. I would hold, a brush and sing it. Yeah, it's sad because his two sons with children, that they're grown, But you know, it's sad for them. That's what makes it sad for me. I've known, his name was Gary. I've known Gary for like 38 years. We weren't close, but yeah, you know, it was nice knowing he was in the world. I know. I can tell you a story about Bobby Vinton if you want me to tell you. Yeah, Deborah, it is. But he was blind and had kidney failure on dialysis. He wasn't living a real good life at this point. You want to hear the Bobby Vinton story I have? You know, I mean, for those of you who don't know, oh, that's sad, Amanda. Well, I was raised like in West Hollywood, California, in the Valley, so Los Angeles. I had a really good friend. His name was Frankie, and he would fix people's houses up. And so he was fixing Bobby. He was doing some work on Bobby Vinton's mansion in Pacific Palisades, up in beautiful, beautiful place. And so he was staying in the. They weren't there. Bobby Vinton and the family was not there. Um, he was staying in the guest house, so I spent one night there in the guest house. But in the main house, he had maids. He had um, something like, I forget how many kids they had, but I got to go into every single room. Now, the same house, that beautiful mansion, it used to, first of all, it belonged to Douglas Fairbanks Jr. This is all, you can look it up. After Douglas Fairbanks Jr., then Cary Grant owned it. I'm not sure how many in between, but Bobby Vinton owned it. And now, guess who lives in the same house that I was in every room in this house? They probably remodeled, but um, Steven Spielberg lives there now. Pretty cool. You can see the ocean from there. It's just a huge, gorgeous mansion. So, and they had back in the when in Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Cary Grant. So, if a woman didn't want to ruin her reputation, if you went in, I know it's a trip. If you went into the library, which was a big, huge room that had a, you know, well, library with a big, huge desk and a bearskin rug. And then behind the library, like in the movies, you could swing the door and the bookshelf would go around, and there was a spiral staircase that led right up to the master bedroom. So if a woman was going to go have hanky panky, as they say, they would go into the library, go up to the bedroom, do their thing, and then come down through the library and out. I love Cary Grant. Yeah, you can look it up. I have actually looked it up since then. The name of the house was, oh, let me think. Oh, man. It has a name, blank. That's what happens when you get old. But just, I sat on the toilet. I opened the closets. It had a maid's quarters. They were there. The devil just came in. What's pick fair? I don't know what that is. I mean, I didn't feel like the house was weird. I thought it was really neat, though, and huge, just beautiful. Me? Are you talking to me? Have I thought of becoming an actor? No, I used to be a singer. Arsenic and Old Lace. No, that's an old one, Donna. Right. Douglas Fairbanks Jr.'s. That was the begin. That's the. I don't know all of the history of the house, but I know that at that point, that's what I know. And then I know Steven Spielberg now owns the house. It was pretty neat. It had gates. You went through the gates. I'm trying to see if I can find out. Let's see if Google knows. Oh, I wish I knew the name of the house. Thanks, Giggle Fishy. How you doing? I don't think the house had a dungeon, no. It had a huge dining room with a table that was so long that could sit 60 people. Well, why would he call himself the devil? He would ask if it has a dungeon. Oh, we're talking about when I was in the 60s, or early 70s. Bobby Vinton owned this beautiful home in Pacific Palisades up in the overlooking Malibu. You know, you can see the ocean. But it used to be Douglas Fairbanks Jr. What is Pick Fair? I don't. That doesn't ring a bell. And then it was Cary Grant's house. Oh, that's true. Spielberg might have a dungeon. I don't know. No, he's a nice Jewish man. He doesn't have a dungeon. But now Steven Spielberg owns the house. Okay, Google, where does Steven Spielberg live?
According to Architectural Digest, at the time, Spielberg already owned 2 Los Angeles homes, a whimsically remodeled former bachelor pad in Coldwater Canyon and a beach house in Malibu.
Let's see. I think this is the house. Yeah, this is the house. It says a little French, a little Italian, a little Spanish was Steven Spielberg's directive to architecture Harry Newman, who transformed the Pacific Palisades home. Can you see it? Can't really see it. It was, and I know it's not, it's going to be changed because when they get in there, they redecorate. Okay, it says, hmm, that's interesting. I'm just wanting to see if it says it was Bobby Vinton's home. Yeah, you can see it's, well, I'll just be reading. Yeah, I believe me, I'm not lying. I am not a liar. I know people think I'm saying more than, but when you're raised in Los Angeles and Hollywood, you know, things happen. Yeah, there it goes. It says, what's more, the house had an exotic past. Its previous owners have included Douglas Fairbanks Jr., David O. Selznick, Cary Grant. I didn't know that one. Bobby O's, Bobby, I mean Bobby. David O. Selznick, Cary Grant, Barbara Hutton, and Bobby Vinton. Well, I went in every single room in that house. Now I know they've changed it. It's really in a great spot too. Oh, this tells all about the house. Spielberg said later, the house had good bones. The only drawbacks were the daunting dimensions of its rooms and its relatively dilapidated condition. The original structure, which had been built at the turn of the century, measured 5,000 square feet. The next 2 owners added another 5,000 square feet. but the additions did not fit together in a coherent architectural whole. Spielberg realized he would have to gut the place and redo it from scratch. Wow. It does show pictures, though. Well, when I saw it, it was whatever Bobby Vinton did, because Bobby Vinton was remodeling it with this guy. Yeah. Anyway, memories. When I lived in Los Angeles, we didn't have the fires and stuff. I don't know what's happened, but yeah, he's got the money to do whatever he wants, Joyce. You're right. Yeah, see, I mean, I just grew up there, so I didn't think of it as, I mean, I was excited. And it's funny, another little story in regards to that house. Bobby Vinton I think he had 4 kids. And I lived in a little house with 3 of my friends. This guy, Frankie, was this gay guy, okay? And I lived with 2 other gay guys in this house. And it was just a house. And he brought the 2 kids or 3 kids with him one day. And you know what they said when they walked into the house? This would be a great house for dogs. Wow. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see Bobby Vinton, but I was really kind of cool. It was cool that I could like go. I didn't touch anything other than I did sit on the toilet. And we made some food in the refrigerators. There was like giant refrigerators, maybe like wider than normal, like 2 of them. I'm sure they're gone. I've had experiences with some beautiful homes because you go to parties in Los Angeles, and you get to see gorgeous homes. That house had a tennis courts, so I saw it before it was changed probably 3 other times. Okay, that was my story for the night. But it does bring back good memories. He's 83 now. Huh. Wonder where he lives now. It's got to be weird, like being really popular, and then when you get really old, you're not popular anymore at all. Right. So, they're going to have big houses too, Libra, for sure. For my dogs. Right, Giggle Fishy. Tom Jones still looks great. I haven't seen him. I'd love to be able to decorate with IKEA. Hi, Lana. Welcome from Saskatchewan. Right. That's true leisure. Yeah, but it was pretty thrilling. I mean, that was a thrilling thing to go into Bobby Vinton's house. And it was like we were there a couple times. I spent the night in the guest house, which was beautiful. Yeah, David Bowie passed. And you know what really got me when Tom Petty passed? Yeah, you start mentioning people to the younger people, they don't even know what we're talking about. My biggest thrill of my entire life was when I got to meet George Harrison. And I've told that story before. Saskatchewan, is that how you say it? Yeah, Skigglefishy. That's my the ultimate. Because I saw on Facebook a friend of ours. There was when the Beatles, I guess when the Beatles came to New York, there was a picture of this guy. Ringo took a picture of this car full of young people, and they were all staring at him. And the people that were in that car in the '60s, they all recreated that same picture again, and they're all like in their whatever '60s and '70s. George Harrison passed away from throat cancer. That was sad. And then John Lennon was shot. Yeah, he did. I met him when he was young because I was young. I was like 17, and I don't think he was more than 20. That's cool, Lana. Yes, it was interesting to be brought up in Hollywood. I went to Hollywood High School and Fairfax High School. Yeah, George Harrison passed away from throat cancer. Unfortunately, he was really a nice person. You could tell. So glad you're all in here with me tonight. I really appreciate you coming in because I never know when I'm going to feel like doing this. You know, everybody was a heavy smoker those days. I'm glad I quit. I quit in the '90s. George Harrison gave me a kiss right there. That's great, Leisure. I think you can make them play a sound. You know, one thing about the lungs too. I quit like I think it was like '95, something like that. But your lungs get back to good shape. They actually rejuvenate. The body is really amazing. I started coughing my brain out every morning when I was smoking. I was at a Renaissance fair in New York, and I remember just waking up in the morning, just awful congested, and that was when I finally figured it out. Choice. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad I don't smoke. And I can't even imagine paying $5 a pack of cigarettes. People that are broke too. That I find people that are the brokest still smoke cigarettes. I don't know how they can afford it. Yeah, the lungs rejuvenate. Right, Amanda. If you quit smoking, your lungs will go back to being really healthy again. It takes a while. Almost $10 a pack. I thought it was $5 a pack. Let me ask Google. Okay, Google, how much does a pack of cigarettes cost?
According to Fair Reporters, cigarettes have an average cost of $5.51, with the price in most states being between $6 and $8. This number is taken from the combined prices of all of the states, but the actual numbers varying greatly, with the most expensive cigarettes costing on average $12.85.
In New York, $12.85 a pack. How do people smoke? I guess they roll their own. $16 a pack. Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Indian reservation in Florida, you can get them cheaper. I don't know anymore, but $11.85, Janice says. Hi, Dustin. We're doing great tonight. Thank you. That's a good idea, Amanda. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I just notice when you look at like people that are on TV. Do you guys watch police, the PD live, police department live, PD live? Every time they pull over a car full of like, just poor schnooks, they're always smoking. I don't know how they smoke a pack a day and pay for it. That's a really bad habit. And you'd think that people would not want to pay that kind of price and quit. I mean, if you're gonna smoke something, smoke some pot. But cigarettes are just like dirty. They make your teeth yellow. They make the rooms yellow. They don't do anything but turn to ashes. I don't know. When I smoked, it's because everybody smoked when I was growing up. Yeah. Hmm. Right. My lungs are clear now, thank God. Oh, I can't. I could. That's the one thing I can't be around. I wouldn't want a man in my life, for me, that smokes. How did I quit, Lana? Is that you're asking me? Because I'll tell you. Okay. Well, mostly when I was smoking in the '90s, I was doing the Renaissance Fair, and I'm just trying to keep up with what's going on. But anyway, I'll tell you what I did. I had sunflower seeds and Diet Cokes and Valium. I would take like a downer, like a Valium, because my doctor helped me with that. And I would just try to stay mellow. I didn't do anything for a few days. I sat on, played games on the computer for the first week, and ate sunflower seeds, cracking them open and eating them and drinking. And finally, it got better and better. Okay. Let me hide somebody. Hi. Oh, the car. You can tell when someone smokes in a car. I know the doctors used to smoke in your room. It's cold turkey, you know. Well, I'll tell you what, smoking marijuana is a lot different than smoking cigarettes, though. You can't smoke a joints like you would cigarettes. Carla, that's funny. Michelle, what do you mean? I didn't get it. Don't get it. Yeah, I would like, I wish that weed was legal here in Texas, but it's not. I mean, it's not for everybody. You know, like I don't drink. I mean, I might have a glass of wine or something, but if I never drank again, it'd be okay. But I like to smoke weed, but I can't get any here. That's the one thing about living in Texas that I'm not happy about, but oh well. Me too, Deborah. Smoking in the car, $500 fine. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah. I can't grow my own, Joyce. I live with a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people, but on this land here, and it would be too against the law around here. If I was closer. Yeah, it's legal in Colorado, it's legal in Nevada, it's legal in California, you know, right. It's expensive. I have a friend that does grow some in Abilene, and he's got a lot of property. Every now and then I'll get a little bit, he'll turn me on to a little bit, but that's it. I When it's gone type of thing. And you know, you wouldn't want to call a friend up, hi, can you give me, I don't want to do that. Can I have some? And I'm not a beggar. Oh, some people think I am, but I'm not. Deb would wind right. I would wind up with like, I could possibly, I wouldn't want to do that on Kathy and Mark's property, first of all. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that smoke it here in Texas. It's just that I don't know anybody. Exactly, giggle fishy. You know, you could, if you were like in Colorado or in one of the states that it's legal, you could have a little bit and hide it good and be okay. But you can't bring pounds of it or anything. Who can afford it anyway? It's expensive. It's just nice because it's sort of like, for me, it's just something that is, it makes me nice and calm and mellow. And it's like, I get philosophizing and I have tried it. I don't have any. If anyone wants to send me some. Um, people that smoke pot and drive their car are stupid because it smells. And if a cop pulls you over, that's a reason to search. So you got to be cool. I've never been to a state that's legal. That's one of the things I would like to just to do it, just to be able to go somewhere and actually, you know, go to a legal place. Well, it does have a strong odor, so you have to be very smart about what you do. No, you can't get medical in Texas. Okay, boo. Yeah, there's a lot of states that do have medical. Okay, come here, honey. Okay, come here. Oh, as a teenager, I smoked it in the car. I used to smoke it in the car into my when I was older. I don't anymore. When I watched PD Live, man, every time they stop a car, it smells of marijuana. They're done. Hi from Scotland, Cameron. He thinks I should have a nice cup of tea instead of weed. Well, I don't have any weed. I can't say how much I've smoked in one day. Oh, Lily. Marijuana tea. There you go. I do have tea. Oh, man. Lily Bella. I wish you would, Cameron. Tea. Right. Scotland, huh? Do you have an accent? A Scottish accent? Lily's coffee, huh? What kind of tea do I like? Oh, I don't know. I like English tea. I would love to hear you talk. I have a weakness for the Irish and Scottish accent. THC infused. They sell it in Austin. I thought that'd be illegal. I could smoke a whole joint. Willie Nelson. That's true. I like iced coffee. I haven't had it in a while. Sounds good. I want to go to Austin. I'm hoping that when Craig feels better, he comes and we go to Austin and San Antonio and a few places. Any kind. Dunkin' Donuts has some good iced coffee. Yeah. It's not smart to smoke in the car because it really smells really strong, and it's just that's the biggest way to get in trouble. Rosie's a good girl. Rosie Roo. Oh, I have all kinds. Giggle fishy. I'm looking forward to seeing Austin. Yeah, a little bit goes a long ways, especially these days. It's very strong. Lily likes to be touched. If I'm rubbing her, she's okay. That's not good, Dustin. It's easy to slurp down iced coffee, that's for sure. Especially if it's got mocha sweet stuff in it. McDonald's has some good iced coffee. I never get coffee at Starbucks. Yeah, you can't do. You're right. Cops will bust you. I'm a little farther than that. I'm about, I don't know, probably 4.5 hours from Austin, maybe 5 hours. Yes, I am doing bulletproof coffee. I just had a few days that I was kind of off my food plan. Oh, you didn't? Well, I'm a rascal. But I'm not doing much. Believe me, I'm pretty calm. Lubbock's really nice. I enjoyed going there. I got close to San Antonio, but I never got right to San Antonio. I was in this last year. I went to um, Fredericksburg. Yeah, I've got a lot of videos on YouTube. I mean, over 980. Bulletproof coffee is it's regular coffee, but you put some of the grass-fed, the real good butter, Kerrygold butter, a spoon of butter and a spoon of coconut oil and some whipping cream, and you use an emulsifier and you blend it up so it foams, and it's like a meal. It helps you not drink. It helps you not be hungry. Like if I drink some bulletproof coffee, I'm good for several hours, and then I'll eat. Yeah, I've had a lot. I mean, I can't believe myself when I look at how many videos I've made, and I've got almost 4,500 people. It's not a lot in comparison to some people, but it's good for me. I wonder if you get high on that, Amanda. And by the way, everybody, if you could do me a favor and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the chat party, because that helps me earn a little money on my channel. Yeah, the fraps at Mickey D's is delicious. Thank you, Giggle Fishy. No, it doesn't make you hungry. Are you talking about bulletproof coffee, Joyce? No, it helps you not be hungry because you're putting in like a teaspoon of the butter and a teaspoon of the coconut oil, and it's a good healthy fat. and it just keeps you from craving and being hungry. Hi, Kurt. Oh, thanks, Amanda. You're sweet. I do have some awesome people following my channel, I must admit. Yeah, well, I was told that if I didn't travel constantly, I wasn't going to ever have my channel wouldn't make it. But I don't think I don't think that channels grow because people are constantly moving around and traveling. I think people, if they like you as a human, I mean, if you're semi-creative, you can get a good channel going. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, I try to earn a little bit of money on here, and it takes a long time. People, um, and speaking of channels, um, Nathan, my very sweetheart, he's like my son. Nathan and Nadia, they have Dirt Poor Outdoors, and they just put out a new video on their channel, and it's explaining about Gary and what they're doing with their dad and stuff. So, in case you're interested, check out Dirt Poor Outdoors, the latest video. Thank you, Nancy. I live in a 27-foot travel trailer, and it's got a little slide out. I'm in the slide out here, but I'm on my friend's property in this little town in Texas, and I have my own water line hooked up, and my sewer hooked up, and my electric. Good, Deborah, because he just put out a really good video that really you'll understand, because he talks about his dad, and I love them so much. And Nathan is really funny. He's really humorous. So is his wife. They're gonna their channel's growing. I think they've got like 600 people. I do have good friends. I'm very fortunate, really. Otherwise, I would have traveled, but it would have been lonely. I'm glad I'm not traveling. I paid for it. I had a plumber come, and to the my sewer line goes right to the main sewer where they have theirs. Yeah, they just put out a video. They said they're going to do some family videos. My utilities are very inexpensive. Um, thank you. The way I don't really have a like my own separate, you know, thing where they read it. I just split the electric and water with them. Yeah, you're welcome to. Thanks. Oh, Amanda, he was fun to have around. I'm so lucky. Right behind my house, there's 5 full hookups because it belongs to the community center here, and so people can come and visit me, and they have. Never know. What do you travel in, Lana? That's another way to get people too. I'm glad I could help his channel grow a little bit. He's a decent, real decent person. Very mellow. Yeah, the hookups are free. Actually, the way it works is the first 2 nights are free, and then the next 14 days it's $10 a night. So that's pretty reasonable. I do too. I enjoy my channel. I have to edit, and it takes time, but it's good time. I enjoy doing it. Well, thank you, Angus. Yeah, it's Doesn't really, I mean, I'm very lucky. Let me, Kathy, my very best friend, and her husband own the property. And um, we're such good friends. We're sisters. And she doesn't want to make any money on me because I'd pay her whatever they asked. But I just pay, like, I pay about 125 to 150 a month for everything. And that really is more than they want. Well, I'm glad, Lana. Thanks, Angus. RVing, you're right. I don't need the drama. It does, drama channels make a lot more subscribers, but who wants to live with a bunch of drama? You know, life's full of drama on its own. I don't need to bring it into my channel. Although I've had my channel a few here and there. Well, hey, Judy, I know what it's like not to have a lot of money, so I don't expect anybody to. Darby wants to know how I ended up here. Well, my husband died 4 years ago. And at that time, my friend Kathy and her husband Mark, they were moving to Texas because their two sons live here, or Kathy's two sons, and a lot of family live here. So she kept telling me to come. So I had bought an RV and I was going to travel. I thought I was going to go to Oregon, but I wound up coming here, and it felt good. I was asked to stay, and I can stay as long as I want. So this RV is here. I'm not taking it anywhere. But I have a really close friend, and he is in the process of getting it together, I think by spring, and coming here and picking me up, and we're going to go travel around a lot. Why do you want to see Slab City, Lana? What do you think is there? Yes, I did paint it, Darby. I paint all of them. There's it doesn't scare me. Well, it's not even a great deal, Lana. I'm just with family now. I really don't like the desert that much. It's the desert. It's a bunch of people that didn't really have a place to live, so they built a place there called Slab City. But it's not my kind of thing. Although, you know, if I ever get a chance to go visit for a day or something, I wouldn't want to stay there. I can understand wanting to see it, though. But I mean, you watch the videos, you see it. Yeah, to me, it looks kind of sad, actually. But, you know, it is someplace to check out. Right, Gigglefishy. I've seen all the videos myself. It's not that. Now, if I go to California, I have a good friend in Palm Springs, so I probably would go there and go to Joshua Tree. Thank you, Cameron. Check out my Instagram and my Facebook, too. It's very nice living here. It's a small town in the middle of nowhere. McDonald's is an hour drive away. And thank you, Cameron. Have a wonderful evening there in Scotland, or morning. I think it's morning. You know, I've never lived in such a small town in my life because I'm from Los Angeles and then Florida, which is big cities. And this has been really an eye-opening experience living here, and I really like it. It's a sweet community. It's safe. People know each other and care about your neighbors. If someone's in trouble, people will help you out. Thank you, Angus. Yeah, my husband, I'll show you me and him when we first met. I've showed this quite a bit, but this is me and him. When we first met, we were both 50. See how cute I was? And that was when I was 50. See if you can see it. He had silver hair. He was a beautiful man. I don't know why I can't. I had red hair. Thank you, Darby. No, the sisters closed up. I lived in California from really age like 6 years old till I was in my 20s. And we lived in the San Fernando Valley, and then we lived in West Hollywood. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, he was a really handsome man, and he was in Vietnam, and he got cancer. It's called multiple myeloma. So it took him down, and it took about he was sick for a few years, but we found out that he had cancer like in February, and he died in May. Thank you. All the pictures that he loved me very much. So he became ill and passed away fast. But I think he was ill. So I think he had Agent Orange when he was in Vietnam, and then he had some spine surgery like 4 years before. And once they open you up, I think it spread then. So, because we were planning on, he had spine surgery, and he really didn't heal very well from it. So we thought, well, you know what? He's on disability. Let's go on the road. Let's sell our home. And we were watching RV channels and looking at RVs and going and seeing what we wanted to do. And so when he passed away, I thought I'm still going to do it. That's why I got an RV. And I thank you, Judy. It's been a long time. I've had my YouTube channel going on, I guess, 4 years, almost not quite 4 years, like three and a half years. Oh, brother. Okay, buddy. It was nice seeing you, Gamester. So I've been through a lot because I had lost my mother, my father, and my sister earlier in my life, and then now my husband. So when I got here, and I knew Kath for like 38 years, and we were always close. We worked together, we lived together for years, and her family I knew her mom. They just kind of adopted me, and I happily was adopted by everybody. And Nathan, she's got two sons, Nathan and Lee. Lee basically, he calls me his aunt, but Nathan calls me his mom number 2. So there's just a little different in relationships, but very close to everybody. And I do need to travel and go on adventures. I'm one of those people all my life. I've always liked traveling and doing things, you know. So every year I want to travel some. I don't want to just sit here for the rest of my life. But it's good to come home. It was very quick, Angus, and it freaked me out. It really did. Okay, Lily, calm down. So that I got my channel. If you look at my very beginning, my first few videos, you can tell the big difference in me. And I went through like a time where I got my RV. First, I had to sell everything in my house, and I was doing videos while I was downsizing. I sold my home. I sold my home on the 1-year anniversary of my husband's death, the exact same day, which was really crazy. And then I moved into the trailer, and I stayed in an RV park in Florida, near where I used to live, for about 4 months to get used to it. And the storms would come and the place would shake, and I didn't know what to expect. I was scared to death of everything. I sure have gone through a lot of growth. I'm not, now when we have high winds, and we have them here, it doesn't bother me like it used to bother me. You know, we grow, we learn from things, and we grow. And I've grown a lot since my husband passed away. But it's lonely. I can't tell you that I don't feel sometimes very alone, because everybody has a husband, or they're 80 years old. And I know I'm in my 60s, but I feel young. You know, I want to do stuff. I'm not ready to just be an old lady. And that's the truth. So that's what got me here to this point. And my channel I just shared as I was doing this. And if I do get to travel with my friend Craig, we'll be on the making videos and putting it out there, and he knows that. But Craig is a really nice man, and he's the first man that I've actually even would consider traveling and hooking up with. But he's a special person. I always feel like I'm taking all of you with me. You know, it's crazy. So anybody have anything they want to ask or talk about? It's kind of been a while. How long have I been on? 2 hours. Whoa. I think I should end this video. But I really have enjoyed talking to you guys tonight and sharing my stuff and you sharing yours. That's what it's all about. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you can please give me a thumbs up tonight. That would really be awesome. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, well, by all means, subscribe. I don't know why I'm not getting any more. Are you talking? Anyone talking to me? I'm going to restart that. I just kind of restarted this page I'm on. There we go. I can see it. Yes, thank you, everybody. I really did have fun tonight with you guys, and I needed this. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I froze for a while. Sun Lotus. I went to Sepulveda Junior High School because when I went to high school, I was in Los Angeles, into Hollywood High in Fairfax. Life is a journey. That's true. That's why I named my channel RVDebs Journey. I don't know why I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of RV, but it's definitely my journey. Thank you. I need it. I'm just going to try not to cry a lot. Try to be strong. Thank you, Angus, Michelle, Deborah, Amanda, Donna, Carla, Judy, Leisure, so many of you. I know we had a good time too. I did. So I tell you what, I'm going to go now, but I will probably do another live maybe on the weekend. So until then, thumbs up for me, please, and have a wonderful rest of your week. You know how much I care. I love you guys. I'm glad, Leisure. Thank you. Okay, I'm really going to say goodnight now. Peace.